Tablecut 200 Automatic Precision Cutoff Machine Operation Video. 1. Connect water and electricity. First, connect the power supply. The voltage requirement is 220 volts, and the power is 1.5 kilowatts. There is a pull-out 5-liter circulation water tank directly in front of the equipment. Add 4.5 L of cooling water, which can be tap water or pure water. If there is no measuring cup, you can refer to the water level reaching about 3/4 of the way up. Add cutting fluid again, with the ratio of cutting fluid to water being 1:20. After the cooling water and cutting fluid have been added, the hose above the water tank needs to be adjusted to the opening. Pull back and forth over a short distance to check, ensuring that the hose is fully inserted into the water tank. Push the water tank completely into the body. When the water tank needs to be cleaned, lift it up and then pull it out completely. It is recommended to replace the cooling water every 3 months, and the specific frequency depends on the usage rate. If the cooling water turns black and smells bad, it needs to be replaced in a timely manner. After changing the water, cover the water tank lid again and install the water tank inside the cutting machine. To install the cutting blade, first, fix the main shaft with a 24 mm open-end wrench. Then use a 13 mm open-end wrench to loosen the reverse threaded screw next to it. Take out the screw. Then take out the cutting disc fixing flange. There is a cutting disc adapter ring inside. If a cutting disc with a 22 mm center hole is used, this ring is required. Using a cutting disc with a 12.7 mm center hole does not require this ring. This demonstrates a diamond cutting blade with a diameter of 200 mm and a central hole of 22 mm. Install one side of the flange first. Then put in the adapter ring. Snap the center of the cutting disc into the adapter ring. Then put in the other flange. Screw in the fixing screws, then tighten them with a wrench. The cutting disc is now installed. 3. Selection and use of fixtures. This machine can use 4 types of fixtures: small, flat push, small vertical, split, and X direction. Specifically, select appropriate fixtures to fix the sample based on the purchased fixtures and the shape of the sample. Small horizontal push fixture, a universal fixture standardly equipped with the equipment. After contacting the sample by pushing the lever horizontally, press down the side lever to lock the horizontal push rod, thereby fixing the sample. Small push clamps need to be fixed with stoppers. Next, we will demonstrate the installation method of the flat push clamp. After adjusting the screws to the appropriate position, clamp them into the T-slot of the platform. After adjusting the fixture to the proper position, tighten the fixture with a 5 mm hexagon socket wrench. Put in the sample, push the handle forward, press down to lock, and it will be fixed like this. The sample remains completely stationary during the cutting process. The cut surface is also very flat and smooth. A small vertical fixture, suitable for fixing thin sheets, flakes, and PCB samples. Control the swing arm to fix the sample by rotating the top joystick. Next, we will demonstrate the installation method of the flat push clamp. After adjusting the screws to the appropriate position, clamp them into the T-slot of the platform. After adjusting to the appropriate position, rotate the bottom screw to fix the fixture. Select the joystick fixed PCB sample. Fixing the sample on both the left and right sides will make it more secure. During the cutting process, the PCB sample is also fixed very firmly. The cut is also very flat and smooth. A splitting fixture, suitable for screws and small workpiece samples, used when cutting them in half. The position of the middle metal block is controlled by rotating the screw. Next, we will demonstrate the installation method of the split fixture. First, place the 2 nuts into the T-slot with their flat sides facing up. Then align the screws on the fixture with the nuts and place them in. Tighten the screws with a 5 mm hex key and lock the fixture. Then, fix the sample that needs to be split in half on the fixture. During the cutting process, the fixture is fixed very stably, and the screws never shift or loosen. It's also very good for the section X direction fixture, suitable for slicing and segmenting block samples into thin pieces. There is a rotating hand wheel on the right side to advance the sample for X direction movement, with a stroke of 25 mm and an accuracy of 20 microns. On the left side, the distance between the 2 metal pieces is controlled by rotating the screw to clamp the sample. This way, it is fixed properly, and thin slice cutting can be performed. When installing the fixture, first place the nut into the T-slot. Then align the screw with the nut and tighten it with an Allen key to secure. Control the thickness of the cutting blade by rotating the handwheel. There are differences in the slicing capabilities of different materials. For example, the thickness of brittle and tough materials is about 1 mm, and the thickness of ordinary metal slices is about 0.5 mm. It can be seen that this is a 1 mm low-carbon steel sheet that has been cut. For Introduction to Screen Functions. Introduction to Screen Functions. If it remains black after being powered on, check if the emergency stop button has been pressed. Then it automatically enters the product main interface. The RPM in the first line on the left represents the spindle speed of the cutting machine. That is, the rotational speed of the cutting disc, with a precisely adjustable range of 500 to 3000 revolutions. Next to it, you can customize and set 3 commonly used speed levels according to your own materials for quick switching of rotational speed. You can also click here to enter the required rotation speed. The second line is the cutting speed. For this machine, the cutting blade remains stationary while the platform moves, which means it is the platform feeding speed. The speed range is precisely adjustable from 0.01 to 5 mm per second. You can also set 3 commonly used speed levels. You can also click to enter your desired cutting speed. The third line is the cutting distance, with an accurately adjustable range of 10 to 190. You can also customize to commonly used distances. This is the maximum distance. After clicking, it will cut directly at a distance of 190 mm. The following 5 shortcut function keys. Cooling. When clicked, the device activates the cooling water system. Laser. Infrared laser for quick tool setting at the cutting position. Homing. The platform automatically returns to the origin position. Locking shaft. The cutting spindle is locked and does not rotate, used when installing and replacing the cutting blade. The 2 above are the start and stop buttons of the cutting machine. Here, the operating status and actual parameters of the cutting machine are displayed. Currently selected cutting mode, platform real-time feed distance, current value during cutting, current cutting time duration, settings interface. Cooling water automatically turns on. After checking, the cooling water will automatically turn on every time the equipment is started. The empty travel speed refers to the speed at which the cutting platform returns after the cutting is completed, or the speed of the platform when manually controlling the joystick. Cutting ends, referring to the movement of the platform after the cutting is completed. It can return to 0, return to the starting position, or stop at the position after cutting. Joystick stroke can restrict the manual joystick. After being restricted, the manual joystick can only control the platform to the tool setting position. It is the position where the sample and the cutting blade first come into contact. This can prevent the sample from smashing into the cutting blade when the joystick is used to control the platform's movement. Automatic tool setting function. The default automatic tool setting point is the position where the cutting blade contacts the sample when using the flat push fixture. After activation, in automatic mode, the cutting platform will quickly reach the tool setting point at half the rapid traverse speed, then cut slowly at the set feed cutting speed. If the full process is not enabled, it will work at the cutting feed speed. On the right is the cutting mode selection. Constant speed cutting. The cutting platform moves forward at a speed set on the interface, and the speed remains unchanged during the cutting process. Pulse cutting. The cutting platform moves forward at the speed set on the interface. If the actual current exceeds the set pulse current, stop moving forward. Continue moving forward until the current is less than the pulse current. Automatic speed regulation. When the actual current is less than the set deceleration current, the speed increases by 40%. Similarly, if the actual current is greater than the set speed increasing current, the speed decreases by 40%. Manual mode. When controlled by a manual joystick, the speed is limited, and the maximum speed does not exceed the preset value. Push the manual joystick down to control the platform to move backward, and push it up to control the platform to move forward. Emergency stop button. In case of an emergency with the equipment, press it. The device immediately powers off, stops running, and after being rotated back, it is powered on again. The USB interface on the left side of the device is a reserved interface for program upgrades. The left cover is equipped with a magnetic safety lock. The device can only be started when it is in the off state. The click to start function is not activated, the screen door is not closed, and the device shows no movement. If the lid is opened during the cutting process, the cutting action will stop immediately, which greatly protects the personal safety of the operator. There is a hidden water gun on the right side of the device. After removing the cooling water pipe, click on the screen to cool down, which can rinse the cutting debris on the platform, making the maintenance of the equipment more convenient. If you have any other questions, please feel free to contact our after-sales engineers at any time.
Trojan. Discover the truth of material.